Yo, what's up? So, just something to consider. And all I've learned over the past 10 years of awakening on a spiritual journey is that most of spirituality overcomplicates it. All that really matters is that you know the basics on how there's infinite realities. Like, just basically consider that the multiverse is real and that you're already shifting based on your beliefs and assumptions. With that, you start to realize that your beliefs and assumptions are constantly creating your current reality. So you're the author of literally everything. And 3, just make sure to take care of yourself physically. Like work out, eat vitamins. Just make sure you're nourished, basically. Ground your bare feet in grass. Take a longer shower and enjoy the sensations, like self-care type stuff. Treat yourself. Have a cookie. Stop and smell the flowers. Look up at the sun and embrace it. Self-care, mental health, physical health. Literally just those 3 things. Know that the multiverse is real and that every dimension exists and you can learn to shift there out of body. 2, know that your assumptions are creating your reality. 3, just take care of yourself, ground. And once you know all of that, literally, your only job is to dream of the most positive, magical realities you can, whether it's here or in another realm. Doesn't matter. You can shift out of here or you can bring it here. Either way, you're doing way more work than anyone else that's not doing this. For the grids, you're activating the grids so much more than people that don't do this. Do that and take care of your body. Literally, that's it. Dream and take care of your body. The Matrix is so clever to where most spiritual people are either overly dreaming and they're not taking care of their physical body, which looks like dissociation, derealization, depression, anxiety, psychosis. Or, I don't want to flip you guys off, but the second option, or they're only working out, they're only taking care of themselves, but they've forgotten how to dream. They've forgotten how to connect with their inner child. They've forgotten how to use their imagination. Everything else besides that is just BS. Anyone trying to be we're here on this mission from the Galactic Fed, or if you have people come into your life trying to tell you you were this king on this timeline, you were this queen, you were this person in a past life, and then they start getting into all of the Illuminati stuff, the reptilians, the galactic wars, and taking sides, none of that fucking matters. Same with all of the gods. None of that shit fucking matters when you embody those 2 things. When you learn how to dream and you embody yourself. That's true light. That is true ascension. Everything else that's not those 2 things together embodied is just false light. It's distortions. Either knowingly they're false light gods and goddesses using that for control and siphoning, or they're still on their spiritual journey too and they're learning and they're a false light pawn. That's the big secret. Literally, focus on how you create reality. Focus on focus on your version of reality. That includes, like, who are the reptilians? What do they do? Who are the Pleiadians? What do they do? What's their relationship to you? What's their soul connection to you? Because your description, your definition, your belief system is what matters. Like, if you say, I believe in a past life I was good friends with the Pleiadians, you're now aligned to that version of yourself where it's true. Versus if you say, oh, in a past life I fought them when I was in Orion, that's true too. You know, like, what you say kind of goes. So stop trying to worry about figuring out history. Like, there's people that get sucked into spiritual traps of, like, trying to figure out, like, what was the first race here on Earth. I've come across racist people in the spiritual community of all races, like, where they think that their race was, like, the first one here, and because of that they're, like, more superior because of their DNA. Fuck that. Why would you choose to create and align to a timeline where that shit even matters, when you have the power to create and align to a timeline where that shit doesn't matter? You know, like, I've had white friends like that have pissed me off, and others. You know, like, it's both sides. Like, the DNA and shit does not fucking matter unless you give it the power to matter. But that's just basic law of assumption. Like, that's the basics of spirituality that we've all forgotten because of false light. False light is the reason why people are still hung up on that. All of the galactic wars was because of false light, because of distortions, shit that don't matter. So, like, another example is, like, a lot of people think that, like, a lot of the elites in Hollywood are these really evil people doing, like, sacrifices, or they're, like, secretly not human. There are literally timelines where they are reptilian. There's a timeline where they're, like, a hybrid. There's a timeline where they're normal humans. There could be a timeline where they're even your spirit guide. There's a time, and for all of those that I just said, there's negative ones of that, and there's positives. What you believe in your belief system is all that matters. You create the Mandela effect. In the same way that Berenstain Bears used to be Berenstein Bears, or, like, in the same way that the Fruit of the Loom logo magically disappeared, you basically can create your own parallel timeline shifts with what you believe. So if you think that, like, a random celebrity in your head's a reptilian, and you believe it for a couple days, and you put your energy into it, you're probably now on an Earth timeline where they're actually a reptilian. And then say, like, another week from then, you say, actually, I think they're secretly a hybrid of a Pleiadian and something else. And you believe that for a couple days, and you put emotion into it, and you reprogram your subconscious. You're now shifted onto a parallel Earth, like a Mandela effect. And then you say, actually, no, they're just a normal human. Boom. You're on a new Earth. Or, I think they're negative. They're doing some creepy shit. You're on a lower timeline. Like, you literally fall down the Earths. Whereas if you're like, no, I'm not gonna feed those conspiracy theories. I'm gonna create and channel my own version of them, like the god and goddess I am, and project my own truth onto it, then you hop up the Earths. That's why all that matters is your truth. So create it. don't find it.